from Euronews.next. Ukraine officially legalizes Bitcoin and other cryptos after Zelensky signs new law. Ukrainian President Zelensky has enacted a law officially making cryptocurrencies legal in the besieged country. This is nothing more than another gradual step towards the global introduction and subsequent mandation of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, also known as the NFC chip implant in Europe, also known as the biochip. The word bio means alive or living. Also known as the brain chip implant, i.e. Neuralink. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Shalom. All praises, blessings, glories, and honors be unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Racha Kwadash. Double honors to my elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me his truth, as well of men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the sealand of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say Shalom and Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai Ratazah. This lesson is edifying. Again, the title of this article reads, Ukraine officially legalizes Bitcoin and other cryptos after Zelensky signs new law. The new law, which received the president's signature on Wednesday, will allow foreign and Ukrainian crypto exchanges to operate legally in Ukraine in what is being seen as a vital step to developing a legal market for virtual assets in the country. Moreover, the new law will also create a regulatory framework, i.e. a centralized framework, for an open crypto market in Ukraine for the first time. The signing of this law by the president is another important step towards bringing the crypto sector out of the shadows and launching a legal market for virtual assets in Ukraine. Why? Because cryptocurrency is currently unregulated since it's decentralized. It's not overseen by a central authority such as a central bank. It is not considered a CBDC. Hence the reason why countries have been creating their own forms of CBDCs and incorporating regulatory exercises over existing cryptocurrencies so that they may be able to utilize them in their countries through their central banks and various other banks. And this is all basically just a setup for them to easily roll out the chip and to make full use of it, because everything will be embedded into the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. All buyings and sellings will be done through the chip, because when we go into the root word of the word mark, the third root word is grapho, which means of the writings, filled with the writings. Because within the RFID microchip is where people's information are going to be filled, are going to be kept, are going to be recorded, such as their medical and financial information. So, reading on. The signing of this law by the president is another important step towards bringing the crypto sector out of the shadows and launching a legal market for virtual assets in Ukraine, the Ministry of Digital Transformation said in a statement published on its website on Wednesday. Ukraine has legalized the crypto sector. Zelensky signed a law. From now on, foreign and Ukrainian cryptocurrencies exchanges will operate legally and banks will open accounts for crypto companies. It is an important step towards the development of the VA market in Ukraine. The draft on virtual assets law was first passed in a near-unanimous vote in Ukraine's parliament in September 2021. Zelensky vetoed the bill in October, arguing that the cost of establishing a new regulatory body to oversee crypto were too steep. And really, this is what Issa has been doing for the past 2 years. He's been establishing new regulatory bodies to oversee cryptocurrencies and the transactions thereof, because they are getting ready to roll out the mark of the beast, the chip. And it's clear, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. The bill signed by the president on Wednesday was an amended bill that addressed his concerns and was backed by a majority in the Ukrainian parliament in a new vote on February 17th. What does the law say? The new law will lay the responsibilities of regulating the new crypto assets market on the auspices of the National Commission on Securities in the Stock Market. It also outlines fines for violations and legal protections for investors from fraud. Why? Because it's going to be centralized. It's going to be regulated. In addition, the Ministry of Finance would be actively working to amend the tax and civil codes of Ukraine to fully launch the market of virtual assets, the statement said. Speaking at the time of the vote in February, Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister and Digital Transformation Minister called the new law an opportunity for business development in our country. Foreign and Ukrainian crypto companies will be able to operate legally, while Ukrainians will have convenient and secure access to the global market of virtual assets, he said in a statement. How they're going to have that access ultimately? Through the chip, which will be mandated globally. Crypto had been in legal limbo for some time in Ukraine, being neither legal nor forbidden due to a lack of legislation defining them and their usage. While buying and trading cryptocurrencies were permitted, there were no legal provisions to help those who fell victim to potential scams. Why? Because it was decentralized. It was not regulated, so all transactions were anonymous. Crypto a lifeline for Ukraine's war efforts. So this is just pretty much, the fire, behind the smoke, so to speak. See, because he does things gradually and subtly, and nobody's looking. He pushes a lot of propaganda as a covering to really hide what's going on, what he's really doing in the background. Following the beginning of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, Zelensky's government has actively encouraged donations in a range of cryptocurrencies to help fund weapons for the embattled Ukrainian armed forces. So they're using this as leverage to justify why they're going to adopt cryptocurrencies. In what is believed to be the first time crypto has been used in a war setting of this scale, sympathizers from around the world had flooded the Ukrainian government with an estimated 100 million, 90.9 million in crypto donations at the time of publication. So everybody's gonna say, okay, well, see, Ukraine, they received global aid in the form of cryptocurrencies. So that means that it must be good. It must be cool to use it. And then eventually the only way that people will be able to use money, which will become globally digital, is through that chip, because they're going to crash all forms of fiat money, like the dollar, the world leading reserve currency, which is about to crash. So he's setting the stage. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai or using these Edomites to set the stage for them to mandate that chip globally. Many of the coins received, I was going to say received. Many of the coins received, you see, in the main wallet, when the main wallet run by the Ukrainian crypto exchange, Kuna. On March 4th, Alex Bornyakov, Deputy Minister of Digital Transformation, said the 13.5 million from the donations received at the time, which were mainly sent in Bitcoin and Ether, has been spent on non-lethal military equipment. Check that out, including bulletproof vests. Oh boy. Well, this concludes the article. So now let's go back to Revelation 13, read it real quick, close the lesson. Lord willing. By now we should all know what Revelation chapter 13 verse 16 on down to 18 mean. Revelation chapter 13 verse 16, and he causeth all. The he is referring to the hegemony of Esau Edom. Who is Esau Edom? The so-called Caucasian race. They are the wicked, according to Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. Causeth all people on the planet earth except for the elect. The Lord is willing, I'm of the elect, as well as you brothers and few sisters, because the Lord is not going to allow these devils to penetrate the elect, okay, spiritually, because the Lord has espoused his elect to one husband. And who's that? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. For thy maker is thy husband, as it is written. Yahweh through his son Yahweh Shai, or a mediator. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Was that mark? The chip, the RFID microchip, mark of the beast. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark. Why? Because the mark of the beast is what will contain people's information and their assets, their wallets, their keys to their homes, their cars, or the name of the beast. And the beast is the pagan Roman Empire, which came back in the form of NATO and the EU, with America being an extension of that empire. That is the beast. Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. And his number is 666, which is what? The number of the beast. So now let's go to Revelation, the 14th chapter, and conclude this lesson. Revelation chapter 14 verse 9, and this is the judgment. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and the image of the beast represents the system of the beast, which is comprised of his financial infrastructure, his medical infrastructure, his architectural infrastructure, his laws, his democracy, his offensive infrastructure, defensive infrastructure. All things that comprise this man's system is the image. And receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire from those ICBM nuclear missiles, because those are the weapons of the Lord's indignation, and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Who is the Lamb? Or Lord Yahweh Shai. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, meaning for a period of time. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So whosoever receiveth the mark of the beast and worship his image, they're going to receive judgment by way of thermonuclear fire, which will be the indignation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So the message out there to you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, don't take the chip when these devils mandate it. Okay? So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect. Until the next, I say shalom. Lord's willing. Until the next.